Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is I, Bryan Nguyen, and my brother Bryan Nguyen, back again with Critical Failure. We're actually going to do a video on the Curse of Strahd talk through. I think this is part 4 at this point. It's a lot of roleplay in this one. It's very funny how some of the roleplay happened in this one. So I got a really neat story involving this. So I forgot where we had stopped. I think it was right when basically Bob Moss had gotten the tapestry of memories, and I had to switch over to Edward's character, basically filling in the timeline because I played through Bob Moss the entire time and then was going to his Edward's Thorin. So basically, Thorin decided to be a dumbass. So they were going through, or he was going through it with detect magic. He ended up finding a pretty well off gentleman that was just kind of chilling in his porch. I didn't say it at the time, but he was asleep. So basically, dude had disadvantage on his perception check to realize that, he was doing it. So he ended up actually doing a pretty decent perception check, and it still didn't matter. And Thorin's stealth, I think it was stealth check, or was it a sleight of hand check? I think it was a stealth check. He did really good, but the thing was that there were multiple people, and each one of those people had a perception check. And he looked around because he did a perception check, and he got an 8. The DC was 10, so it was a fairly decent DC. And I think it was an 8. He made it under the actual what he was supposed to have. So he ends up doing this, and he gets caught by a couple villagers. The villagers, who are human, don't like him because he's an elf. Remember, Barovia is very suspect of other people, don't like other races. No, they were villagers, and then the guards came. So they basically are very they suspect him already. They don't like him. Racism is a very big part of my game because mostly the gang is full of elves, and there's a dragonborn and another human. So basically, and a gnome who's mostly drunk whenever he arrives. So basically, the other races are experiencing a lot of problems, while even the human, even though he's not experiencing racism, he's not experiencing favoritism. They don't trust new people in general. And the fact that you're a different race makes it worse. Most of the time, they don't know what they are, but some people do. It's like, I've heard stories about you. I've seen an elf before because people do come in to Barovia from time to time. So that is pretty decent on how I did that. But the racism aspect, it's funny because it's pissing Thorin off as a person. I think Ed's enjoying it as a player, but it is starting to kind of piss him off because it's like, okay, look, you're kind of impeding, and it's like, look, this campaign is a lot of different things. Like, it's not only just trying to either kill Strahd, it's about trying to survive this entire ordeal and finally, hopefully, kill Strahd, rather than just, you find your magic items and boof, you're off to kill the wizard. It's like, nah, you actually got to win the favor of these people to hopefully gain allies to then fight Strahd. And I don't think they're not just ulted, which would have made the game way easier for them. So yeah, but basically he ends up doing this jazz, and he kind of decides to do some dumb shit. So they start talking shit, they start fighting, and he kills a guy. So once they got to fighting, just immediately, without even a death, they called for guards. So a couple people die. He kills a guard. One guard specifically kind of insults his elven pride and elven heritage.
Elf Nation.
Yeah, they're doing some stupid fucking bullshit, basically, like elf power and shit like that. They're doing reverse racism on me, which is funny. Because it's obviously it's a joke, but it's just fuck. Because it was inadvertent that everyone decided to be a fucking elf mostly in this game. So the running gag is they're just gonna fucking take over Barovia. So it's just I'm just sitting here having to deal with Elf Nation all the fucking time, and then it makes me think of the Fire Nation and how they fucking try to kill everyone. So that's what I fucking have to deal with. So basically, this is all going on because he's acting like I would assume a high elf would. He deems himself superior, and that's how they're role playing it. So they, aka Thalrin, gets into several fights. He's a wizard, but he's a blade singer. He's not getting hit by shit. I don't think he got hit once. Out of like 20 guards, no one hit him. There's one that could have hit him, but he used shield. But he would have been fine afterwards. The thing is, like, so basically through combat, he ends up trying to flee. And he makes, like, I think it was a group of 10 guards. He made 4 fall asleep and then 3. So that's 7. No, there was 8 guards, my bad. He made 4 pass out, then 3. And the last guard happened to be the captain. I named him Deoxys, just because of the Pokemon Deoxys. It took like a minute and a half to realize that. And he just started calling him Deoxys. So basically, I inadvertently made this character, and I keep inadvertently making important characters, which slowly pisses me off because I'm not trying to make these characters important. I just give them a name, and he's making me come up with names. So as revenge, he wants to sleep, I think. I think he wanted to sleep. Or is this last game where I made him, like, fucking do a trance? No, it was this game. Basically, he does a trance at some point in the game, and I make him try to go through backstory. So it's like, okay, give me names, give me details, give me everything, basically. And he just goes at one point, I don't know Eberron like that. So it's just like, fuck. Because he's using, like, real life fucking, like, Eberron shit that I didn't realize. So it's kind of funny on that aspect. But eventually he talks to the captain. They make a deal. Basically, he stops causing mayhem. They'll turn the other way. So that's surprising, actually. But I think it was like some sort of check. But eventually he starts walking around. He doesn't find anything else of magic use until he goes to the Borgo Master. The Borgo Master at this time, all the time is filled up until some stuff happens. But while he's walking there, I go to his character. His character is with Nomeo. Not Nomeo, fucking drunk old Stiltskin. The fucking gnome that is typically blackout drunk in the actual session. So he's talking with Turner. And basically, I don't even remember what you guys were doing. I think I was like talking to someone.
I was going to go find Ed's character. And I told Turner to put his clothes on. He was like, no. I was like, we're in a nursery. There's full of kids. And I don't want them being scarred for life. He was like, oh, he said, fuck them kids. So I was like, okay. So I told, who was that?
Irina.
And
yeah, because at this time,
I didn't know what time it was in the game.
Yeah,
I thought it was still morning time. So
no, we were definitely at night. And what's funny is that I completely forgot that I had made Irina go to the Borgo Masters because the Borgo Masters are dead.
And then she was like,
so she left to go do that because.
And then I talked to the Dragonborn.
The Dragonborn was Naylan.
And I asked him where he was. He didn't know, or he just didn't care. And
yeah, he doesn't know where
what?
Thalrin is.
So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna leave Drunkle Stillskin there in the nursery, and I was gonna go find Thalrin myself.
Yeah, so he goes to find Thalrin himself, and he searches the place, basically like the entire village, and it goes back to Thalrin. Well, Thalrin goes into the Borgo Master. Basically, they're talking, and they hear a knock at the door. So this is just right after, basically, the Borgo Master is talking to Bob Moss about trying to defeat Strahd. And the funny thing is that right when this happens, it kind of makes the Borgo Master Killian kind of go on edge. He's like, fuck, Strahd's has hurt me. There's someone or something worrisome. So they end up kind of talking for a second, and then they go open the door, or Killian says the door is open, and in steps Thalrin. So this is where my favorite part is. They talk for a bit about some bullshit. Prescott throws his freshly made dagger to him, and it ends up being like, he's like, oh, this is not as good as Elven stuff, talking about shit. And I forgot what exactly caused it, but he used the fucking Tapestry of Memories. And I just looked straight at Ed, because I was saying it as a joke, and Prescott actually did it. So I look at Ed, and I was like, he just looked at me, and he's confused. I was like, so you knock at the door. And he's like, what? because no one else knows about this except for Prescott's character. So basically, he just went back in time, and he's just like, what the fuck? So he did like this entire spiel about what happened with the fucking guards already. He was lying about it. He had to do some perception checks. And the second go around, he actually did pretty damn decent. He pretty much did the highlighted points, no added bullshit of lying. And what's funny is that
he tried to get to where he said that his character already said this. He was like, no, you gotta say it all over.
Yeah, he was like, I already say this again. I was like, no, you gotta say it again, because your character doesn't know what he said. So he restated everything, didn't add any fluff, which was very surprising. Like, he left like one detail out, but that was really it. Like, he actually did really fucking good. And Bob Moss knew if he was lying. So he kept to the story really well, which surprised me, and I was actually very proud. Now that I think about it, I got to give him inspiration die, because that's actually fucking like nice that he remembered all that shit. And they ended up going into some shit, and he throws him the knife again, trying to see if he can do something. So he ends up doing some bullshit, and he fucking nails the fucking bullshit of basically talking trash. And so they are like, okay, well, you make a dagger. So he goes to make a dagger, and he failed all of his performance checks, and the thing that is fucking disgusting of a knife comes out, not even able to be kept. Like, it has blemishes, it has cracks, it has chips. Part of the knife is actually coming off, like it's like all fucked up. And he goes, this is elven superiority, basically, like making a joke out of it. And he's trying to save face. He's just talking like, oh, it's my first time, blah, blah, blah. But Bob Moss just had his first time. He made it an actual steel dagger. Like, we imagine like the steel daggers from Skyrim. And the funny thing is that basically this entire fucking time, they're just talking trash about each other the entire time. And he goes, I think Bob Moss was talking to Killian. He's like, have you seen anything like this? And he goes, yes, this belongs on my fucking wall of disappointments. So they actually put it on a wall, and Killian does a quick what is it? I forgot the fucking word again. It's not calligraphy, it's not cryptography, it's not cartography. It's bullshit where they do it at fucking fairs and shit. They fuck with your... It's a picture. Basically, they...
Prescott side. Hieroglyphics.
Yeah, he thought of hieroglyphics, which was weird. And then he came up with the word... Starts with the C, I know it. But basically, he just does like a picture emphasizing how stupid fucking Killian is. Puts it right next to it. And then he talks about his knife, Bob Moss's knife. And he's like, well, do you want this or this or this? And he's like, actually, you can keep it, or you can put it on my wall of like good shit. So he turns around. There's only 3 knives up there, and they're from other people. And he goes, I think he like decided to keep it. I'm not 100% sure. And then eventually, here comes King. King knocks at the door. And Irina goes to answer it, and I forgot what you said. What'd you say?
I'm looking for Thalrin.
Yeah, and then she's like, I made a joke. I was like, it's like Fallout 4 instant, like the go away party. She's like, go away, and closes the door in his face. And I was really hoping that Prescott was going to redo the fucking entire scene, because we were fucking looking at each other like, this is the fucking time to do it. And he goes, no, I'm not going to do it. So that was absolutely fucking... No, not for you, for fucking Ed, because it would have been just great to see how this worked.
What would happen if he actually did it? Like,
I was just going to let the roleplay it all over again. Like, Nalen's not doing shit. He's just fucking reading books at this time. And Turner's character's passed out drunk.
In the nursery.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter. You guys literally just roleplay this entire fucking time. So it was going to be so amazing, because Prescott actually said he was going to beat the fuck out of Prescott if he did it. So it was going to be amazing. So I was looking forward to it.
Yeah, Ed was like, if you do it again, I swear to God, I'm going to beat your ass.
Yeah, it was really fucking bad. So I was really looking forward to it. But anyways, that's actually what happened the entire game. So it was a lot of roleplay, not a lot of actual combat. So yeah, but they ended up finding Captain Deoxys, which is leader of the Shift C, which is basically the shifts work for guard shifts internally. Excuse me. It's Shift A, which is from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. To 12 p.m. Shift B is 12 p.m. to 6. No, hold on, I'm fucking stupid. Yeah, 6 p.m. And then Shift C is 6 to 12, and then Shift D is 12 to 6. So I had to re-fucking count. But he's on Shift C. I had to retcon the time because I thought it was 3 a.m., but I decided not to have it as 3 a.m. So basically, made the time a little bit earlier, did all their stuff just for the fight. Oh no, I forgot. They actually made peace with them. They went and brought food to Captain Deoxys, and Captain Deoxys was so fucking done with the day. Like, he just fucking was done. Basically, since Wesley hasn't played in a while, he's just like a background character, like doing nothing.
He's the one that just made food.
Ed's running his character to basically create food and just gave a shit ton of food. They tried selling it, which I don't think that actually worked. Oh no, there was a lot more actually. I'm remembering a lot. They ended up going to the Blood on the Vine Inn. I think it was Blood on the Vine, and they met the innkeeper. They met 3 Vistani, which you can't see. They met 3 Vistani, and then they met
an elf.
It wasn't an elf. It was a fucking other dude. One of the Vistani was an elf, but there was another dude there who is the Borgo Master's son, and he basically said, "Look, I want to protect my sister and help you fight Strahd." So I ended up having to fucking have another person there. But basically, I have to bring my Taroka deck, which I should get my Taroka deck right there. Hold on, put it in my bag. And we are going to meet Madame Ava to actually continue with the main quest, which in my opinion is going to be pretty fucking cool because I've done nothing but side quests from this point. So I'm going to involve more of the quest, do a lot more stuff. They already met the Borgo Master. I'm pretty sure I'm just going to make them go to Castle Ravenloft, have that entire ordeal go down, and then from there make more shit happen, because I'm going to take them back to Barovia and basically say, look, you got to find this person. It is said to be in Barovia, which I can either lie or something like that, and basically make them do more quests until they find out who is who. So yeah, but that is just me. But thank you guys for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe as I bring you more D&D content in the future. Please comment down below if there's anything you would like to see, and yeah, see you guys in the next video. Peace.